All right, this is the grinder. And if this comes off and the grinds come out here, yes, this comes out if you need to dump excess grinds out. And there's a little brush in here. We're getting a smaller one, but this will do for now to be able to like sweep grinds off the counter and whatnot. This is how you empty espresso into the head of the wand over here. You just pull it towards you. This button right here is how you turn the grinder on, and it's kind of a noise. Never use the brush to clean this when it's on because and never stick your finger in this hole.
Yeah.
There are little gears that will turn, and you will break the brush, break the grinder, and break your finger if any of those happen. So don't do it. I've actually had people do it, and I'm like, you are kidding me. Funny stories from life. This one is also used in renovated grinder. So it has a sticker right here that says, don't leave it on basically for more than 10 seconds at a time. I think that's exaggerated, but basically if you have to make a whole bunch of coffees, don't just turn it on and make one big grind pile. Turn it off between each coffee so that the motor doesn't overheat. This is the tricky part. There are two things to coffee that make good coffees, and one of them is how coarse or fine the grind is, basically how the shot will taste, and then how the milk is frothed. And I'm telling you all scientific-y stuff that will probably be more than you need to know, but it's fun to know. So if you want to have a perfect shot, what needs to happen is there needs to be a 6-second drop from when you start pouring the shot. So it'll be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then you'll see the coffee start to drop out of here. And it needs to run between 23 and 28 seconds. And it needs to taste a specific way, which we'll get into that in a minute. The way that you adjust the grind is this right here. So there's a little tab button that you have to push down in order to turn. And one turn does quite a bit. So you don't ever have to turn this big because we've already calibrated it so that it will work pretty close. So either you'll have to turn it anti-clockwise or clockwise. I made a little jingle up long ago to remember how this goes. So if you need to slow your shot time down, it's like rocks and boulders. The bigger the grind, the faster water will go through a hole. Basically, the bigger the rock, smaller the rock, the slower the water will go through it. So coarse coffee then is a big grind. And to make something more coarse, you pull it closer to you. Coarser, closer, further, finer. I don't do well with like clockwise and anti-clockwise, so I'll really try and maybe you can weigh in here. But if I want to slow my shot time down, I have to make my coffee particles smaller. And so finer, and it would be further. So I would pull it this way, which is clockwise. So I'm going to push down and pull it one click this way, if that is the case for slowing the shot down. If I want to make it faster and more water needs to get through, then my particles need to be coarser and I need to pull it closer to me, so anti-clockwise. So then I would go this way. You with me? Mm-hmm. Perfect. The one thing that I have not figured out, which will not pertain to you just yet, is when you have to clean this, you have to lift it off, and there's usually something that'll like shut off the bean flow, so you won't be like. But I haven't looked for the slider bit yet, so I'll do that, and I'll report back. Okay, you can stop it. Is there